Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We have our intern team who will be presenting Adopting a Project Management Mindset. Our SYEP interns are here and they've created something for you to learn from. I hope you enjoy it. I've enjoyed watching them create it. It is their own product. It is a representative of our N18 brand. I would be remiss if I didn't share with you as well. Our core hip hop event is celebrating hip hop, but it's actually a fundraiser for our corporate social responsibility arm of the business, which is Finer Life Golf. Will be in the Bronx, so we can share more information about that at a later time. It is actually on our LinkedIn page. But again, I'm bringing it back and telling you about our interns. Actually, I'm not. Let me hand it over to them.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our presentation about adopting a project management mindset. Now introducing the SYP 2023 N18 interns. Let's meet the team.
Hi everyone, my name is Afshara Chaudhary. I am from New York. I am a recent graduate from Baruch College with an accounting major and minored in communication studies and computer application in business. Currently, I'm interning with In18 LLC. I'm also planning to take my CPA test as I want to escalate in my career path. I will be pursuing my career in Eisner Empire as an audit associate.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nishat Zaheen. I'm a political science major with a strong passion for making a positive impact. Currently, I'm a part of the team at N18 LLC. I find value in helping people and creating a better environment for everyone. This has led me to exploring roles in the nonprofit sector. I also have a passion for reading, which has greatly expanded my mind.
Hi everyone, my name is Anisha Kumar. I am a born and raised New Yorker from Queens. I've now entered my sophomore year in college at Fordham University, majoring in finance. This past summer, I was given the incredible opportunity to intern here at N18 LLC. Outside of this, I enjoy running and traveling. I aspire to continue my love for math and my passion to see the world in the near future.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sean Perry, and I am a second year business management major at York College, going for my bachelor's degree. I did different majors my first year, such as political science, because I wanted to know more about law. I'm a person that's always open to learn new things. I like to be able to do a little bit of everything, but I know my limits. I want to start my own clothing business. I am currently an intern at N18 LLC, where I have learned how to build a stronger network and where I can put myself out there. This is a skill I need in order to get my business going.
Hi everyone, my name is Saida Omar, and I'm a sustainable urban agriculture major at LaGuardia Community College. I intend to develop my professional experience in business management and development, which I have been practicing through intensive research and digital marketing at N18. I hope to expand my future career options and explore different pathways I can take in my given field.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Daniel Saavedra, and I'm a freshman at BMCC majoring in digital marketing. I'm a graphic designer looking to achieve a job in a marketing company, and I want to mature in this industry by creating and attending many internships, just like the one I'm going to at N18 LSE.
Now introducing LJ Finney.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. My name is LJ Finney. I am the CEO and founder of N18. Our work, hold on one second. Our focus is leadership development and team building through golf. We use golf as a medium to help teams and organizations connect better and connect deeper. We also provide group and business to business coaching, which is designed to help businesses perform better together as well as teams perform better together. Our final service is also project management training. We provide custom project management training for organizations and entities so that they can adopt the project management mindset. Thank you.
Now presenting Jacqueline Burgos.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jacqueline Burgos, and I am the team leader and digital marketer for N18. I currently lead the team of interns who just introduced themselves for the summer, and I help them sharpen their skills for their future careers. I, too, was once an SYEP intern back in 2021. With a bachelor's degree in art history and an interest in art, I used that knowledge to create social media marketing content for N18.
Now will pass it on to my teammate, Shara.
So, we we use project management in both professional and personal life. Even though there is a common definition of what is project management is that we know of, it differs from company to company and person to person. When a person or company decides on project management, it refers to a task which has a start to end date goal. Top of having a goal, it is important to track, plan, document the project to deliver the work within time and budget. In project management process, we follow 5 steps starting with planning, distribution of resources, roles and responsibilities, analyze risk and ending with executing. Having a project management mindset is like being a well organized and strategic planner. You break down tasks, set clear goals, manage resources efficiently, and adapt to changes. Project management are good at problem solving, communication, and teamwork, all while keeping an eye on the bigger picture. It is about staying on track, leading a team, and achieving successful outcome. Moving on to the next slide, please.
Oh shit! This is it.
A question for the audience. Have you used any of these 10 foundation of project management? We have been using it for our day-to-day life. Project management foundation is built on clear goals, well-organized plans, effective teamwork, the use of smart resources, open communication, risk awareness, and learning from experience. In my senior year, I had to work on a project where I applied this foundation to be successfully executing my work. In a group of 5 people, I was the leader of the group who monitored everyone's work, made sure everyone was aware of all changes. Our project was in virtual platform and we had to communicate through WhatsApp, have weekly meetings and chats to check on each other work if anyone needed help from one another. For the project, we had to create an outline to avoid any confusion that will be included and what not. We had to follow a deadline as a group when to finish up our draft and making adjustment to any missing details. Although at the start of the project we collected tons of information like for our topic, but as a team we had to make sure the information was clear and concise. In the next slide, my teammate Danielle will discuss more in detail about risk management.
Daniel, we can't hear you.
Efficient risk management is a template of people calculating where they could lose, also controlling future outcomes by being proactive. This is important because it empowers your business by establishing objectives in line. When you consider the threats that are on the rise, you are able to prepare and develop a wall to help you contain the mess. Understanding your budget allows you to dump less money into high risk objectives. Risk management strategies include risk avoidance, risk reduction, risk sharing. These answers and questions allow you to go through what could go wrong, how will it affect the organization, what can be done, and how will you pay if something goes wrong. The three ways someone could respond to risk is one, avoidance, simply ignoring the problem. Two, mitigation, limiting the projected financial value associated with the risk by lowering the possibility of occurring. Three, acceptance. There are times a business will simply accept the loss. It could be human error, legal liabilities, and management errors. Now we're going to move on to the four steps of risk analysis. One, identification. Figure out what business you are running and understand the accidents that are common in your industry. In this case, I want to purchase a car in the future, but there are many financial risks leading up to it. Two, risk analysis assessment. Ask yourself and your team what caused such a risk and how could it influence your business. Now I will set up a credit limit until my accounts and plan a calendar when my pay dates are coming up so I can be on time and sharp. Three, reduce risk and monitoring. Developing plans and actions to keep the project safe, creating measures if the problems reoccur. I will discuss my credit score and check up on it every every 2 weeks and see if there's any increase or decrease. Four, review control transfer risk. After collecting the information for any project reduce risk factors to utilize the information correctly. Now from using step one to step three, I'm gonna check on my credit score and see if it affected it, if it helped me with purchasing a car, helped me with a lower down payment, helped me with lower insurance costs, and there are many benefits to using risk management. I'm gonna list some. One, it increases your awareness of the risk across your business. Two, adds more confidence in your business with the objectives and goals because the risk is covered and discussed. And finally, it improves workspace safely for employers and users. Moving on.
Now that my coworkers have explained what project management is, let's talk about what project managers do. Project managers are organized, goal oriented professionals who use passion, creativity, and collaboration to design projects that are destined for success. They supervise tasks, communicate effectively with stakeholders, and ensure that every aspect of the project is completed on time by delegating the work amongst team members. Some skills required to complete these roles include leadership, communication, time management, problem solving, and team management in order to develop the ability to oversee projects from start to finish. A project manager must be able to effectively communicate with their team to fulfill the requirements of stakeholders and supervisors. They must also be able to solve problems as they arise and adapt to new situations as they come. On a daily basis, we act like project managers. Something as simple as setting up an alarm to wake up in the morning or complete homework assignments requires time management, organization, and most importantly, motivation. Nothing in life can be completed without motive to do so. Let's move on to the next slide.
I want to ask the audience, why does project management matter? Project management matters because it keeps tasks and projects on track, ensuring that deadlines are met and goals are achieved. It helps teams work together efficiently, avoiding confusion and mistakes. Overall, project management ensures that efforts are coordinated and resources are used wisely for successful outcomes. First, you plan out your project, demonstrate your ability to create clear and detailed project plans. Next, collaboration and teamwork. You support your team and use their expertise, which involves team members helping in decision making and problem solving. Next, communication. Using clear communication by speaking out and listening, keeping everyone informed and on the same page. In my senior year at college, I was assigned a 20-page research paper. I began this by planning out my paper into sections. I did introduction, background, methodology, findings, and conclusion. When I was having a difficult time on a topic, I relied on my classmates for support. I communicated with my professor if I had any questions or needed clarifications on a certain topic. Moving on to the next slide. Building a project management mindset means using a well organized, structured approach for handling tasks, projects, and goals. First, you begin by defining your goals. You start by taking a larger goal or project and breaking it down into smaller tasks. Every task should have a clear goal and contribute to the main objective. This way, you'll stay organized, focused, and feel good as you finish each task. Next, time management. You develop a timeline for your task and establish deadlines for each. Use tools like calendars and project management software to visualize your schedule. This helps in managing your time effectively and avoiding last minute rushes. It also helps you set aside time for each task, making sure you have a fair amount of work for each one. Third, managing your task. List your tasks based on their importance and urgency. You distribute your resources appropriately, making sure important tasks get enough attention. This stops you from doing too much and lets you use your resources well. Moving on to the next slide.
SMART goals, standing for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound, are the key to project management. SMART goals help ensure the what, why, and when. Often, the plan does not always go smoothly in project management, and this is because the goal is not clear enough. This is the what. What is it that we want to specifically accomplish? Then we move on to the why. Is this achievable? Is it relevant? Is it attainable? And why? Then, lastly, we finish with the when. When do we want to accomplish this by? Is it a long-term goal or is it a short-term goal? For my own personal SMART goal, this would be the ability to run a half marathon. So in specifics, I would include training 3 times a week and setting up a specific time. Then for measurable, I would use my calendar and pick a time each day to run it and track my miles and pace on my Strava app. Then in terms of attainable, I will run competitively in the past and have continued to run every so often. So I have the decent ability to do it. In terms of relevance, I want to clear my mind, I want to have peace and stay in shape. Time bound, I would like to do this by May of 2024. So with SMART goals, we can see the resources, the deadlines, and the roadblocks that one may encounter in their journey to their destination. Moving on to the next slide is team collaboration and project management. In order to operate as a team when there's a project management mindset, there has to be a set of priorities. This will allow all the work to be useful and head towards the same end goal. This includes strong communication, working towards the same end goal, and having specific roles so that the person with the most knowledge in something is tasked with that position. With this shared responsibility, people can work with confidence, trust, and celebrate their wins as a team. In my personal experience, my professor had put a group of 6 random people together where we had to create our own business with a business plan. In terms of team collaboration and communication, we first decided who would play what position of the business firm and what they would complete. Then we planned dates and times to meet and continuously keep up with one another. We had a team goal to keep the presentation minimalistic, however very descriptive in terms of explanation to properly show our device. We had confidence and trust, and at last we were successful.
The first type of structure of a team is the hierarchy structure, which has a leader on top and a senior management in the middle, ending with employees. Think about a pyramid-like structure, levels leveling down until it creates a big pool. You have probably seen the structure in a restaurant. For instance, when I was applying to be a server at a restaurant, I met the manager, that most of the time is the interviewer taking care of employing, and had a departments in each section. For example, in the bar we had a leader, in the kitchen we had a one leader, and there was another leader taking care of the dining area. And any important message or notes, we would direct them to the manager, which he would report to the boss. Leaders will most of the time look for an assistant manager in order to help them thrive when gone. So, what are the different levels in a business hierarchy? Well, one is the chief executive officer, which is the main boss, the one that created the mission statement and applied all the rules. Two, chief operating officer. The operating officer keeps in check with the owner. Most of the time, they discuss important decisions, gains different perspectives. And three, heads of departments, specific individuals that are in charge of one department and they dedicate their time listening to the employer and supervise the performance. Four, managers. And number five, employer. Now, the functional team structure is similar to the hierarchy structure. The only difference is they mostly specialize in each department and really elaborate on these. For example, Apple. Apple has many departments. They have departments for software development, repairing, campaign advertisement, or IT support. All these departments, that's where they group these relevant hard skills and knowledge, which also helps the customer improve, which also helps the business efficiency grow. Now that's how Apple is a functioning structure. Moving on.
Google Calendar is an app that has made remembering important dates, times, and events especially easy for me. Google Calendar is linked to almost everything. It is hard to miss a reminder from Google Calendar. It makes getting to events, remembering events or meetings that you have planned weeks, days, or months ahead very easy. Google Sheets effectively helps you track expenses and budget any subscriptions or trials that you have. By putting all expenses into Google Sheets, it made my life easier, less complicated because everything was in one place and I knew when something was coming up. It made everything is right there next to each other, lined up. By taking into account the availability of resources and uncertainties, the CCM, the critical chain method, is a method that I have used when volunteering for a mentorship program. We had a week to come up with an activity that we had planned to do with a group of students. We immediately crossed out all options that didn't bring people together and that had less engagement. Our plan was dependent upon one another to help each other manage a full class. Slack is a website and an app that my teammates and I use very frequently. It is good for gathering everyone in one place, and you can break off into separate groups based on what's been assigned for the day. My teammates and I are very familiar with Slack. Slack is something that's very easy to use. Moving on to the next. Project management strategies are a key component to leading the team to project success. When you plan out what's going to happen, it happens well. The first strategies, the first strategy, sorry, the first strategy involves using project management methods. You can map your project journey from the outset and know where the deadlines and projected spending will fall, so you can more effectively allocate your resources, helping you avoid delays. Did I personally plan, do, check, act? There was a time in high school where I was mentoring freshmen for a volunteer class where we had a limited time to plan and come up with activities for them to do within the budget of the group. We had to act out these activities with one another and make sure that they were seal-proof. Strategy number two, before you begin a project, make sure that you are finalizing all the details, lay down all the plans, and define the various roles and responsibilities of all team members. When you do that and present it to the team before you get started, you won't need to manage each employee's daily work. If they are aware of plans and details and know what they are expected to do, the process will be smooth and ultimately successful. Going back to my mentorship program, my peers and I, with these activities we had planned with freshmen, we had to make sure that it was good to get them out of the middle school mindset, especially since they were coming out of quarantine and they were stuck in the mindset of sixth to seventh graders. Strategy number three, Leaders are keen listeners, which helps them to take into consideration each team member's perspective and view before reaching any decisions. Leaders get various members of the team and other stakeholders to collaborate and cooperate with each other, working towards a common goal. From my experience, when people feel heard, they are more likely to engage with you more. People will want to talk to you more, and when you hear out their ideas, they will reciprocate that same energy given to them. Moving on to the next slide.
In order to understand how to be a better project manager, there are many classes you can take on LinkedIn, Indeed, and csuglobal.edu. These platforms are sharing grounds for lessons and articles in the professional field. Part of putting yourself in a project management mindset includes developing the skills that you have learned throughout previous professional experience. These platforms can aid you in finding the right information to develop your skills. The skills you develop going to college for a bachelor's degree or even lower level education, such as high school, can be applied to becoming a project manager later on. Skills like time management from meeting the deadlines in multiple classes can be applied to learning time management when completing tasks and meeting deadlines for work. Communication from collaborating with classmates to complete a group assignment can teach the communication and teamwork skills necessary to complete professional, career oriented projects. While not required, some project managers go the extra mile to gain the Certified Associate in Project Management, or the CAPM. This is an introductory certificate to the PMP, or the Project Management Professional Certificate that beginners can acquire. The CAPM helps develop the skill sets needed in project management without official experience, while the PMP grants proof of experience in a project management role. Let's move on to the next slide. Proper planning and effective communication can help one adopt a project management mindset. This means delegating the work amongst the team and speaking to one another to give necessary feedback, concerns, and to resolve any issues that come up. Incorporating the use of SMART goals when managing a project can help a team set and complete goals in a timely manner. Platforms like Microsoft Office or G Suite give a team multiple options when it comes to planning and communication. Microsoft offers documents, slides, email communication that highlights the times and dates to be added onto a calendar. G Suite or the Google tools offer the same options, but in a way that can be easily shared for group editing. Using tools like alarms, planners, calendars, and reminders can help you to stay organized. If you are a college student, you might have a lot on your plate, so using apps like Slack or Google Calendar can contribute to this organization. This can be as simple as setting an alarm clock or applying for a job. By using these tools for daily tasks, we become better project managers. Let's move on.
Thank you for attending our presentation today. Before we end, I want to say your presence has made this experience meaningful for us, but I hope it has been valuable for you as well. Feel free to reach out to In18 LLC and email us if you have any questions. Subscribe to the newsletter in the website and connect with us on LinkedIn and follow us on our Instagram to stay updated on our movement. Now I want to open the floor for any questions. You can input your question in the chat.
Thank you, team. We actually do have a question. What was your experience working together based on what you learned on this training? So what was your experience overall working together? And I'll go to the group view so that everyone can see you. So please come on camera and maybe each of you can share and maybe pass it to the next person.
I can start. So working with a group of people, it gives you layers of different kind of like experience, because we all have different, like we all are from different colleges or different experience. We all at this point or in our life, we came about like different from different places. We have different way of like talking or different way of communication. So through this presentation we learn like, okay, we all can come into the one conclusion. Like if I said that let's input this one, but Nishad thinks let's put it in a different way, something coming up with like a conclusion, coming up with like one conclusion that okay, this can work well if we use it. So just basically working together to bring a good um, presentation just like this one.
Yeah, I think I agree, Afshara. I think that a lot of the skills that we spoke about in our presentation, we actually had the chance to apply it when we were creating this presentation. Although the only difference is that there wasn't one set project manager. Maybe you, LJ, or Jacqueline, whenever you reviewed the work that we did, but whenever we were working alone and collaborating on the presentation, we all took the role of project manager at one point when one person would get an idea and want the group to collaborate on it, or when somebody else would get another idea and want the group to collaborate on it. We kind of all shared that role, and we were able to develop our skills because we shared it.
What I liked about the team aspect of this project was getting feedback from everyone, because when you work individually you think like your slide or your project or your paper, it looks good, but getting the feedback is very important. Because like for example, when I was working on my slide, like Afshara said, like something like I didn't notice but she would notice, or someone else would notice, and they said, oh, this actually looks better, or this actually doesn't really go with the slide. I found very valuable.
I would definitely have to agree with Nisha on that part as well. Like having various inputs and like everyone's opinion and guidance has been like very helpful. And working as a team obviously has its downfalls and but also a lot of its pluses. We were able to work together on this. We were able to share our own opinions, but have everybody else's thoughts. On top of that, to overemphasize on project management and SMART goals, we definitely did have a chance to break up this entire project into specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So it's definitely been a useful experience and beneficial to our futures as well.
The team aspect, in my opinion, was really interesting in the way that we got to learn how to collaborate on many different platforms like Slack or even Canva. Working together, that was like the best part. Like getting Nisha said, I agree with the feedback part. It was really good getting other perspectives and applying our thoughts and like rephrasing our work and like just going through meetings and like setting up on time. That was really interesting for me.
The team aspect of working on this project, I really enjoyed it because, like Nishat said, we were all able to give each other feedback on our slides. We were all able to help one another out with the slides if anything was missing to make it all appealing. We gained a lot of skills not only from working but working together here. We learned a lot of skills off of each other, rather it be how to make a slide look more presentable, how to make the slide work, how to make it look more appealing to the audience. We gained a lot of knowledge from each other just as much as we did from working on this project. So I enjoyed working on this project with my team, and the team aspect of this was a really good experience.
Thank you, everyone. We have one more question. Um, is there any one tool or tip or technique, any one, from the project management mindset that you would want to share with someone when you get back to school or when you get to work?
Definitely active communication. I feel like it's such an important aspect that people tend to overlook because communication tends to be a given. But when you're working in a team on a presentation like this, communication is so important because we're always giving each other feedback. We're always asking each other to, make the work accessible so we can all, collaborate on it instead of dividing it up and one person does this separately, somebody else does this separately. like, no, we realize that you can't really do that. You have to communicate with each other. And even though one task might be like delegated towards you, it's the effort of the entire team to get it done.
One tip like I would take back when I go back to work or when I go back to school would be the aspect of like smart goals or like planning and organizing, because I realized when doing this project, like planning out the project was like very like interesting, because it's a lot of work when you do it with it, even doing it with a team. So when we began, we actually had an outline we did on a Google Doc, and then we put in our information, and then we transferred it to Canva. So we took like clear steps to get to where we are now. So I really like the aspect of project management mindset, and I will be definitely using it in the future.
One aspect of the project management part was like the risk analysis part. So like when I go back to school, I'm probably gonna use the risk analysis with like many assignments or like goals. Like when I work with my goals, I will like write down the risk and like what's gonna stop me from achieving my goal. So I'm probably gonna use that in order to like limit and like secure a better percentage of achieving my end goal in school.
um, so one thing I will take from this experience, that I'll start my work like very soon. So something that I learned in throughout this like 6 weeks, especially during this preparation of this presentation, I learned about like being like being professional, like professional etiquettes, like how to talk to your teammates, how to talk to your boss, or like for example, smallest thing like be on time. If we are collaborating in a presentation, if I am giving the commitments that, oh okay, Nishat, I will meet you at 4 p.m. today, just to, so be on like, be mindful of like what am I saying, and like if I'm saying something, it has to be in action, not just in a saying form, like, so be very mindful when you're working together, because I don't want to be the reason for messing a presentation or be a project. So be like very professional. So I'll take this as the tip. So thank you.
One thing that I would take back is definitely critical thinking, because when you think critically, it removes any fails or anything bad that could happen, rather it just be with project managing or going about school task or group work. If when you're thinking critically, you can kind of think ahead to see what everything that's going to happen can happen, and you can act out before it actually happens, which is a good thing to do when you're preparing. It's a good thing in preparation to any type of work that you could have, rather it be school or at work. If you're asked to do something at work, you think you do it, but you got to make sure that you do that critically, so that you know that anything that could happen that comes up or messes up, you can work around it so that nothing delays or messes up what it is that you have going on.
I would add into this and say, like, the idea of like shared responsibility and just collaboration in general, having everybody be able to be a part of a bigger project allows everybody to display all their skills, including that shared responsibility to like witness like what everyone can do. And then adding on to Zaida's comment on communication, constantly keeping everybody up to date with what is going on, and just verbalizing any thoughts and opinions, I think is very important and something that I would definitely take back.
Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Jacqueline and we're honored to have you, and we will end the broadcast now. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please connect with our interns on LinkedIn. Please give them feedback. Please give them any type of career or professional advice that you feel will help them as they look to achieve their goals in the future. Be sure to check out our upcoming event on August 31st, where we'll be raising money for Finer Life Golf. The interns were instrumental in creating the first booklets that the students used. And so we want to make sure that everyone is able to support that as well. And thank you for joining. This is our event once again. And just want to say thank you. Connect with us online.